and red tight.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back again. Oh my god, this video is on private. Shit. It was not meant to be on private. It was not meant to be on private. So I might not be able to see your comment, guys. Right, I see you, Abby. Okay, Abby says she will be in the background. Sure, no worries at all. So I'm just gonna carry on. Okay, welcome back, guys. My face is all I've been out and about today doing all school run shop and stuff. So if you guys can hear me, do let me know in the comment section. I'm just going to fire on to today's topic. As you all know by the title or by the title of the video, we are here to discuss about Kwam 1. Yes, Wasiu Ayinde Marshal, aka Kwam 1. Please like and share as a comment, guys. So there's been hula about the incident that happened a few days ago. Yes, up till now, the latest gist is that he has apologized. But before then, I'm still going to put my inputs, okay? I was going to do a sit-down video about this, but I was like, no, well, I'm just going to carry on and get this sorted. So I'm going to be sharing my screen with you. I was able to save a video of what actually happened in terms of hello Ford, how are you? Long time no see. Happy weekend to you all. So there was a video of him apparently it was meant to board a value jet, I think it's like a private jet, and he was stopped from boarding because he was holding a flag. Say hello, Mr. Sunday, aka Ganusi. Is that what he's known as well? I didn't know he was known as that. So he was meant to board. He was going to board the private jet. I believe it was not solely booked for him alone, and to the best of my knowledge, there were other people on board of that private jet. So the private jet was not solely booked for him alone. So apparently, it was to board that private jet, and they noticed that he had a flask with him, and obviously with the flask, it could be anything in that flask, right? And I don't know. So obviously, there are local flights here in the UK as well that we take, and I don't see as much people that I saw on the ground close to that private jet. I mean, when as in the UK, when we are boarding when we are boarding like a intercity flight, it's very very quick. There's not a lot of people rounding all over the place. Anyway, there were a lot of people on the ground. Okay, and apparently they were not going to allow Kwam 1 to board the private jet because he had the flags with him. And I think, according to him, he asserted or he alleged that it was water that was in the flask. But then, obviously, while he was being told that he could not board the flights, he allegedly spilled whatever was in the jar into the. He allegedly spilled whatever was in the bottle on one of the staffs that were on the ground with him, and then they claimed that it smelled of alcohol. So apparently, there was a video of where he was trying to stop. It was trying to stop the flight. So I've got an image here that I want to share with you guys. You guys must have seen. I mean, you guys will probably see that image on the thumbnail, right? He tried to stop the jet from moving, and I was just like, he tried to stop the plane from moving, and it was just slightly missed by the jet. So there was a lot of uproar, like everywhere. People, had a lot to say. And from watching the video of what happened and from what led to him, obviously, I'm going to share an experience of when I have traveled. In fact, that would be my recent travel to London. Okay, that was just an intercity travel. And I'm going to share that experience now. So I left Glasgow here. I was traveling. I think I was traveling. No, I did not have a. No, it was not when I was traveling to London. Me traveling from Glasgow to London was smooth, no issues. Let me share my experience of when I was traveling to Germany. So I went to Germany I think in March. I went for a week. So I was traveling with a backpack and a hand luggage. So I already checked in. I was now going through security where they check your bag, they check your shoes and stuff like that. I was surprised because no, I didn't. It was not a wig I had on. So I was thinking in my head, if I had a wig on, would they ask me to take off my wig? Because people who had hats, people who had cap on, they asked them to take off their cap at the security. So I didn't realize that I had a bottled water in my backpack. So I checked everything and I realized that obviously while I already popped my bag, everything on the lawlessness at its most extreme. So I realized that at first, because I knew that I was fine, I knew I did not put anything in my backpack. I knew I did not have anything that I shouldn't have in my hand luggage. So I had a bigger luggage that I've already checked in. Then I have a backpack and I have like a moving hand luggage. No, I didn't have a moving hand luggage. I just had my backpack and my handbag, like a mini across the shoulder bag. Hello, Zeno. So I had a bigger luggage that I've already checked in. I had a backpack and a mini across the shoulder bag. So I didn't realize that I had a bottle water in my backpack. So I put it in through the system, for the screening to go. And I realized that my backpack was placed to the side. So I was like, why that there's nothing in my backpack and stuff like that. Even when it comes to my perfume, skincare, everything was in the bag that I checked in. So the lady was like opening my show. She asked me to open my bag and I emptied my backpack. Queen Moo, welcome. How are you? Hello, welcome everybody. So I opened my backpack. She asked me to open my backpack, and yes, there was a bottled water. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I had a bag bottle. She was like, oh, it's fine. And she was like, no, what? Obviously I've not opened it. So she said to me that I could either empty the bottle, I could either empty the bottle and take the empty bottle away. And I was like, and because I know that water is expensive in the airport, yes, the bottle of water, 100 ml of, maybe 500 ml of water, you could be paying by £3 something for it. So I was not ready to pay £3 something for a bottle of water. So for the fact that she advised that, because she realized that it's not opened yet, the bottled water was still sealed, she advised that, you could either open the bottle, spill out the water, and take the empty bottle with you. Or maybe if you can drink the water. So I decided to open it in her presence, drink a bit of it, and spill the remaining and take that bottle because there's a water fountain somewhere within the airport. So that was what I did. So let's watch that video before I actually put my own, my view or my own opinion in regards to all of this that has happened. Welcome, Vivian. I see you guys. Please like and share this video for me. I really appreciate it. So let me share my screen with you. Let's watch that video and then we'll come back and, say one or two things. Please like and share. So I saved a couple of videos. I hope I still have that video. So I have a folder here. So let me go. Let's hope I can still find the video of him. I actually want to find the video, that exact video of him. Okay, so I'm trying to find the video of where I was able to watch exactly the video, obviously, of him. But let's see this one. So that's Wasiu wearing, was that cream or with the glasses around his neck? That's him there. Is wearing the cream outfit or something. You can see my mouse pointing. That's him beside the guy wearing, to the right side of the guy wearing the blue face cap. Hello, Michael. Hello, Joy. Welcome. So I don't know. Obviously, from that guy wearing the blue hat, it seems like he's pleading. You can see him rubbing his hands together. So I don't know. It seems like he's pleading on behalf of whoever. Hello, everybody. Hold on. still there. Okay. I really can't make heed of what they are saying because it's quite noisy and I could hear noise, obviously. So, guys, please like as you come in, please. So the jet is moving. Someone is still there. That's him. They're trying to move him away. That's him. They're trying to move him away. Guys, please like. See him putting his hands on the jet as if he was putting his hand on the bonnet of his car. It's actually funny watching him. So that's Kwam one there. That's him there, okay? That jet is moving now. I can see movements. The jet is moving. He's trying to stop the jet. Look at him. The jet is moving to the right and he's trying to stop the jet. The jet is moving. He's standing in front of it. He's on a phone call. He's rightly in front of the jet. Hello, Mary Sugar. Welcome. The jet is trying to move. He's in front of the jet on a phone. So apparently, I want to try and find a video where the jet actually moved and he almost got his head taken off because the jet almost took off his head. Yeah, I'm trying to find that video. So we've already watched this. I'm trying to find the video where the exact place where that jet was actually, where the jet was moving and the wing of the jet narrowly missed him. So I don't think maybe it's in this video, but let's see. Like the jet narrowly missed him. Guys, please like the live stream, please. So they're still trying to persuade him to leave. The jet is trying to move. You can see the tire. See, that's it moving now. He's going to the front of the jet. The jet is moving. It's standing at the front of the jet. You know, the jet is trying to move and it's standing in front of the jet. The jet is still moving. It's stopped now. I don't know, maybe this is the one where, you know, the jet moved and it's narrowly, the wings of the jet narrowly missed him. He had to duck his head. He had to duck his head. He had to duck his head. It's too noisy. That's why I've muted. So I don't think I'm able to find that video. Let me see the one that the freeze was reacting to.
All right, guys, this is another angle. You can see Kwam in brown standing right in front of the aircraft in what seems to be a situation where he can be said he's holding the plane hostage. Very well and good. For this, in any country in the world, he'll be arrested. However, on the left side of the plane is where the captain is seated, while the first officer is seated on the right. You want to tell me that between these two people, they could not see all these people on the tarmac?
Could they have seen people on the tarmac? I mean, they are not that far. They are not far off from the ground. So I would suppose they should be able to see the people on ground. I would suppose they should be able to see the people on ground. If it were be a flight, if it were to be like a Boeing, yes, I would say they probably would not see anything from where they were sitting in that flight or in that plane. But looking at the plane, obviously it's a smaller one. I would assume they can see people on the ground or around them. Yes, but let's keep listening.
All these people on the ramp, they could not see them. And they continue to proceed with this taxi. And you are telling me that I should not raise concerns about mental health fitness of people who are piloting this plane, moving it like downfall? Why couldn't they wait for police to come and carry him? Why couldn't they wait for the security officers to move him? Why is that plane still moving with people on board? Come on, let's say where it needs to be said. I'm worried, though, my opinion. All right, guys, this is another angle. You can see Kwam in brown standing right in front of the aircraft in what seems to be a situation where he can be said he's holding the plane hostage.
So, like I said, I'm trying to find the exact video of that particular one where, like I said, the Oga ducked his head. Oga ducked his head.
Watch this plane. This for me na confirmed Agbero behavior. Value jet. When I know they do psychiatric test on a pilot before I hire them. I mean, the anyhowness in Nigeria, 9 lead us to this place where we are. Just watch the plane accelerating. Look at Kwam walking, and the plane is still accelerating. He has to dodge the wing. Is this normal?
See,
what about the lives of the people?
So you guys, I already showed you guys what I wanted to show you guys. So now I believe Kwam, in fact, Kwam is at fault, major fault. The pilot is at fault, major fault. But who are at fault? Who are the people at fault before it led to him getting to the terminal? So I believe Kwam will have checked in, right? It will have gone through security. Did security, I'm going to use this as a bottle. No, it's not big enough. I'm going to use this as a bottle. When he was going through security, did security not realize that he had a bottle with him? And when security, so now I'm talking from when he arrived at the airport, he checked in. Oh, this smells good. So he arrived at the he checked in. He arrived at the security, except there's no security when they are boarding intercity flights. Did security not see him with a bottle? Okay, let's assume that the security saw him with a bottle and maybe he told the security that it was empty, or maybe it was medical water. This is the first time I'm hearing medical water. I know, in other words, it could be, maybe it's medical water, it could be electrolytes, because at the end of the day, when you are carrying electrolytes in a bottle, in most times, ideally, it's not advisable that you carry liquid. But if it is a form of medication, either it's liquid or whatever, you will be requested to carry a prescription or a letter, which meant that, oh, the reason why I'm carrying this is a letter. So let's say, for instance, maybe you are somebody who dehydrates a lot quickly, and because you are flying, it's advisable you carry some sort of energy drink or some sort of electrolyte or something like that. You have a letter, right? So who were the security that allowed Kwam go through security with the bottle? Were the security aware that there was liquid? What was the explanation Kwam gave them at the security that allowed them sign off his bottle so he could proceed? So he went through security. Security did not have any issue. They let him go. Obviously, he's gone into the gates to board his private jets. So it now meant that it was when he was about to board that they now realized that, no, he's got a bottle with him. So in a way, fault started from security. Security should have either taken that bottle off him or told him to empty whatever it's inside of it. If whatever explanation he gave them gave him access to go and board, then they should have radio, or they should have passed that information across to whoever when he's boarding, like people who are going to be at the gate or whatever of when he was boarding, to say, oh, by the way, so as medical water, we've checked paperwork, hence why he's been cleared to go ahead with his bottle. Was there anything like that? Exactly, Abby, that's what I'm saying. TSA, exactly that. How did it get across? How did it get past those people? Because I would imagine, just like when I'm traveling here to London, I will have to pass across many gates, checking what I've got with me. And if they are not happy with what I have got, I am not going further. Talk more, say I won't go gates where I won't go board the flights. I just cited an example of when they checked my bag, I didn't realize I had a bottle of water in my backpack. And then when security took it out, she advised that I could either empty the water, I could just drop. I'm taking my bottle because water is expensive at the airport. So who cleared him at security? Up to the fact that he now got to when he wanted to board. And if they cleared him that they were happy with him, did they pass that information to whoever is at the gates so that he could board? No. Okay, now let's assume that, okay, maybe because those one realized that, na Kwam, they let him through. He now wanted to board. And those of you at the boarding gate or wherever realized that, oh, guy, you have got a bottle, you are not allowed. And did he explain what he had with him? I think he was saying to them that it was water. Even if it was water, you are still not allowed if it is water. Did he explain to them? If that was the case, I would imagine that they would stop him. At that instant, the pilot, because he was still at the entrance, he never climbed. Abi, they've already shut the gate, Abi. The airport, the pilot had no business whatsoever with Kwam. She had no business whatsoever. It's a different case if he had already boarded. It's a different case if he was already at the door about to go into the aircraft. It's a different case. Then, obviously, the pilot might say, sir, I'm sorry, you can't get onto this flight with that bottle. But it was, from the video we've seen so far, it was clearly outside. It was not even halfway into the aircraft. So in my own opinion, the pilot had no business whatsoever with him. Instead, they could have either radioed her to either, call for help, maybe security or something. And then now that they've now shut the door, the airport had like I said, the pilot had no business whatsoever with Kwam. It's the people on ground that needed to get him off that floor. Obviously, from the video we watched, they were trying to do it. I could see the guy who was doing this pleading, and Baba was not agreeing. And in that instance, for the fact that there are still that much people on ground, for the fact that a passenger was not able to board and they were causing chaos, I see no reason why that jet had to move. That jet should have remained standstill until the floor was clear. Just like the priest said, why was that jet moving like Molue? That jet shouldn't have moved until its path was clear. And in my own opinion, I don't want to guarantee that. I don't want to say that the pilot wouldn't have seen that people were sitting around on ground, because they are not that high up. If it was, like I said, if it was a Boeing, if it was a massive plane, maybe she wouldn't have been able to see from where they were sitting. But in that mini jet, they would have been able to pretty much see everybody in front of them. So Kwam definitely had an issue. You've been told you can't get onto this plane, either na water you carry, either na alcohol you carry. You can't get on it. You should have respected his old age. You should have respected his status and get his ass off that ground. Because at the end of the day, other people were on that flight. It was delaying them. There's a time manifesto for flight and jets to move. If they miss that slot, it means that they'll just have to wait. They will get delayed. And I don't know how many people were boarding that private jet. So we can't, because of one person, delay other people, right? So now that they were trying to get him off and he was not leaving, the flight should have remained standstill. It should have stayed. There was no reason why that pilot should have moved that plane at all. There was no reason why that pilot should have moved that flight. And yes, then they were trying to talk to him. He got angry and he spilled the liquid on somebody. Mbaba has anger issue. Like, as per your age, you should have respected yourself. Why do you have to spill the fluid or the liquid on somebody? Say, waiting. Kwam, nobody you get the flight. It is, if you really want to travel and throw all of that bloody tantrum, go and buy yourself a freaking private jet yourself so you can fly at any time and you can do as you like. So, yes, the fault started from when Kwam arrived at the airport. Who cleared him to carry that bottle till he was about to board that flight? Who cleared him? So all of that happened, and video were released. People had opinion and all of that. And I think it was at that point people were alleging that it was actually calling Baba Tinubu. Allegedly, I don't know how true that is, that it was calling Baba Tinubu at that point. And like I said, what Kwam did, for the fact that you were causing chaos with what you were doing, they wouldn't have said that maybe because you carried the bottle, because they wouldn't have been. They would have treated you like a terrorist. They would think in diaspora, they would have thought maybe you carry something. And also, like I said, it could be that, now I'm not saying that what he did was right or no. It could be that Maybe, yes, he dehydrates quickly if it's on a flight and he had to carry. Maybe it was an electrolyte. Maybe it was an electrolyte that he had in his bottle. And when you are mixing an electrolyte, you probably maybe need just 200 ml of water, not a lot. And maybe he didn't fancy drinking it at once, because even me, yeah, I drink electrolytes for energy and stuff. So maybe he didn't fancy drinking it at once. But if that was the case, you will have to carry a medical letter. You'll have to carry a medical letter, because at the end of the day, security are checking. There's no way they'll be able to test to be sure that it was actually electrolytes or it was actually medical water or whatever. You'll have to carry a letter. But for the fact that you are not able to carry that, I don't know if he was able to carry that or not, but he was claiming that it was water. Anyway, back and forth, Wahala started. The pilot is a female. The pilot is a daughter of an ex-senator. And we all know Kwam is the son of Baba Tinubu. So, in my own opinion, did he deserve that 1 year ban, that 6-month ban? Did he actually deserve that 6-month ban? In my own opinion, no. He did not deserve that 6-month ban. Why did I say so? Look at the case of Oshiomhole. When Oshiomhole disrupted other people from, it was I think it was at a check-in or whatever. He missed his flights. They locked the gates. And Baba started, displaying. What was done to Oshiomhole? Oshiomhole was an ex-governor. What was done to Oshiomhole? Guys, I want you guys to tell me in the comment section. Was Oshiomhole banned? Was he fined? So, if Oshiomhole was not punished, why punish Kwam? I'm not saying what Kwam did was right. No, I've already said he's at fault. Kwam is at fault. The pilot get fault as well, because of our strong head. You are a pilot, like I said. It was not on your aircraft, so you have no business whatsoever communicating with him. You have no business whatsoever. It's a different case if he was already on board and you are standing and he's coming in and you saw him with the flight. You will have said, politely, sir, like you'll have said, no, sir, you can't come out, or have you got a letter to say you could carry that, So everybody has a blame. I agree with you, Abby. Everybody, from the moment he arrived at the airport, security cleared him with that bottle. Security is at fault. Up until he entered that terminal, up until he was trying to display, everybody involved, they all had the fault. Kwam, security, the pilot, all of them then get faults. And like I said, in my own opinion, yes, because Nigeria is a lawless country, right? In my own opinion, it did not deserve that ban. And why did I say so? I've just asked about love. Obviously, when Oshiomhole, he missed his flights. Airpiece, remember, the Baba was not banned. The Baba was not banned. Did Oshiomhole have 2 heads? Is it because he was an ex-governor? Oshiomhole was not banned. He was not fined. Nothing was done to him. So if we actually want to start talking about justice and making things right, Oshiomhole should have either been fined, maybe not banned, because he was not on the terminal. He was not trying to kill. He was not trying to unalive himself or the people around him there. He was still within the airport, but it was just being disruptive, causing chaos within the airport, disturbing other flyers. So, if Oshiomhole was not banned, if he was not fined, why fine Kwam? Why ban Kwam? That's my own argument. Because you should be using the same brush to serve, okay? Airport brush. You misbehave, you either get a fine or you get a ban. Oshiomhole, nothing was done. So in its own case, for the fact that nothing was done to Oshiomhole, I felt that ban was cutting it, like it was below the belt. It could have been fined. It could have been fined. Like I said, the reason why I'm taking a different approach to this is the fact that Oshiomhole also, those are people of power who sabi better. Like I said, it was an ex-governor. Nothing was done to him. Yes, Airpeace called him out, blah, 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 blah. The case just died down like that. So, why treat Kwam differently? Why? Because he's popular, he's influential, he's everywhere, he's known with Tinubu, he's known to be a supporter of Baba. Everybody and everyone in Nigeria knows him. So, they're trying to make him a scapegoat. like I said, don't get me wrong, his actions were totally unacceptable. But then if you're gonna practice punishment when people do unruly things like that, endangering other people's lives, disturbing, causing chaos to businesses, as people who like veterans who are known everywhere, make it like if Tinubu's son were to be that person that did that thing for the first time, punish him. If another senator's daughter did the same thing, punish him. Don't say because this person, our ex-governor, is free, he has a free pass, but because Kwam, a senior citizen who is public, who's well known everywhere, like I said, anywhere and there, any 60s, any man in the 60s, any Nigerian in their 60s doing O1 today, you see Kwam there. You will see Kwam there. So why was it treated differently? That's just what I've got to say there. Anyway, there's other videos I want to share. Like I said, he did come out to apologize. And before then, let's read about the lady, the pilot, because it's been said that the pilot is a daughter of an ex-senator. Okay. Let's go back to my Instagram page because I saved a couple of videos. So let's start from where do I start from? I actually saved a couple of videos. So let's start from the bottom here. So according to Punch newspaper, NCAA, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, has formally petitioned the Attorney General of the Federation and the Inspector General, asking them to investigate and prosecute veteran Fuji Kingswan. If they are going to investigate, if they are going to prosecute him, they had better prosecute Oshomole as well. For Oshomole actions not to happen again. Unfortunately, Kwam is exactly, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to use him as a scapegoat now. Because, like I said, what he did, obviously, I know his own is an extreme, but then again, it was not solely Kwam's fault. The fault, everybody that was on the line that let him get to that terminal, everybody's at fault, from the security up until when he entered terminal, everybody, they at fault. So if they are going to, prosecute him, they better prosecute Oshomole as well. So after that incident, it was blacklisted. The Aviation Authority blacklisted him for 6 months, saying that he will not be able to fly. Obviously, it says here that also known as Kwam will be blacklisted from flying within Nigeria for 6 months over alleged misconduct at the domestic terminal of the Nnamdi Azikiwe, blah blah blah. So that was pending. That was already announced that it was banned. He won't be able to fly. So obviously, this is a video of him. I don't want to play that song in case you could copyright. So he's got one of those bottles. So this is just to show that he goes everywhere with that bottle. I think I've seen about 4 or 5 videos of him, 7 different places. He has that bottle with him. I don't want to think it is alcohol that he's carrying, because he knows pretty well that you can't carry alcohol onto a flight. It's a different case where you board and they serve alcohol. I don't want to believe that it was alcohol he had in that flask. I may be wrong, but I don't want to believe it's alcohol. And besides, that flask is too big for alcohol anyway. Normally they carry like a small, something smaller for alcohol, for their wine or whatever, or their spirits, or their vodka. See, that was him about to board that particular flight. He had that flask with him, and I want to believe that he boarded that flight. You saw where that lady took his boarding pass. He still had that flask, and he was able to board. So what was different this time around? What was different? And here, apparently, they said that video surfaces of him chatting with the president on the phone. So he definitely had I'm sure he has a relationship, a very, very tight relationship with Baba Tinubu. So these are alleged video of him. So that's him chatting with Baba Tinubu. Old video.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. How did you imagine? You are president, but president. Yamajami, Nigeria,
It's an old video.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Same thing back home, sir.
So he clearly has a relationship with Baba Tinubu, okay, but still he's not going to get away with it. So obviously this is the pilot, and here they said that the captain's name is Oluranti Ogoyi, senator's daughter, who prevented Kwam from boarding value jet aircraft. So Oluranti Ogoyi, the beautiful value jet pilot who couldn't stomach an Oba's rascality, though there is no justification for her rash and reckless conduct exactly, but being a woman, she must have felt Kwam's conduct differently. Humiliation and a really big man despising a woman. I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think so. And she, a senator's daughter and airline pilot, that must have made her blood rush into her head. And trust women, Shakespeare said it, there is no fury in the world greater than that of a woman's scorned. So, like I said, she's a daughter of an ex-senator. Okay.
So about the incidents with K1 at the airport, ValueJet has released an official statement. And to be honest, the person that wrote this press release, they're supposed to do a better job. Next time, try and defend your own. ValueJet is one of the best airlines in Nigeria.
Exactly, Abi. Oshomole did not apologize. That's why I said that they can't, if they're going to prosecute Kwam, they better go and reopen Oshomole's case.
Talking about top 3 airlines, ValueJet is one of the best. As a matter of fact, they conduct alcohol tests for their crew. Now look at what ValueJet wrote. ValueJet is aware that the
I don't want long narration.
Just imagine, say that pilot yesterday. Now
I don't want to listen to this because this one is going in this tribal thing. If the woman was Igbo, I hate the fact that when something happens, they are trying to put tribal issues into it and stuff like that. So no, I don't like that. So let's listen to this lady.
When a system begins to normalize madness, there comes a point where disorder isn't shocking, it is expected. This is that point.
Guys, like the live
Just watch
stream,
this
please.
clip, then ask yourself, how did we get here?
The flight moving. They almost took his
It's
head.
not a movie scene. This is not a joke. This is Nigeria, where a
Absolutely.
private aircraft was moved without proper clearance, and a
Exactly.
pilot took off with human beings still on the runway. Welcome to Nigeria, where you can zoom a plane off the runway and still not be the focus of the investigation. According to FAN, a passenger allegedly violated protocol and refused to comply. They have condemned his action and launched an investigation. Fair enough. But what about the pilot? A professional trying to prioritize life and protocol.
What she should have tried to do was try to de-escalate the situation. But no, she was mad in the head as well.
Pilot, who by FAN's own statement, took off under abnormal, chaotic conditions.
Exactly.
Did we all imagine the number of persons on the runway? But that detail is suddenly irrelevant. FAN has every right to address misconduct of the passenger. That's expected. But in the same breath, Nigerians deserve clarity on the actions of the pilot. A trained professional took off under visibly unsafe conditions. That demands just as much scrutiny. This wasn't just a breach of protocol, it was a breach of sanity. And if FAN can't call out the pilot's recklessness with the same energy, then they are not protecting lives, they're protecting names.
Exactly.
If safety truly matters, then accountability must be total, not tailored. This isn't an investigation, this is a shield. A system protecting itself, not the people. And once again,
well, I agree with you in a way, Abby, but then she shouldn't have even moved that jet in the first place. Like I said, look at the amount of people on the runway, on the floor. On a normal day in the UK, if even with an intercity flight, the person that you will see will be one person driving that mini truck to guide the flight, to guide the plane facing the direction that it's going to run. You won't find anybody else. So why are there many people on the floor? So that was why I said, no, whatever happened, they both deserve it. That pilot Oluranti deserved it because, like I said, the first started from the gates. The first started from the security. Because security could have put a stop. And to me, I don't think that was the first time he's been traveling with having a flags on. So what changed this time around? what happened that made this flight, or what happened that made this particular journey for him different. So there was a fault from the beginning.
Welcome to Nigeria.
Exactly.
This is not a Nollywood set. This is real life.
So Barrister Street said Fuji musician The Ultimate has been banned from flying for 6 months by the NCAA after a confrontation at Abuja Airport. It was caught with an undeclared liquid, later confirmed as alcohol, violating a on. So if it's saying that it is water, then it must have some sort of letter explaining what kind of water it is. And I'm thinking it could possibly be electrolyte or some sort of, even that's the case, it should have a letter explaining that will permit him to be able to carry that. And also, if that was an issue, security would have taken it off him before he even get to where he boarded that jet. So yeah, this one did not, the jet narrowly missed him. In my opinion, the pilot, the captain shouldn't have freaking moved that jet. They shouldn't have moved until the people on ground are all cleared away. You all saw the way he ran and ducked for his head. He should have stayed. The wing would have taken his head off. So that was the letter that the NCAA released. Obviously, according to them, officially petitioned the Attorney General. So they are wanting the case to be investigated. They are wanting him investigated and charged. Okay. So somebody asked something to say. Patrick Doyle, is it Doyle? Patrick Actor says that it reflects on a personal experience. This Baba wrote a piece too, and I don't think I'm about to read it. It was pretty much saying that it was that Kwam was baited by the airline staff. Maybe we should read it. Let's read it. It says that for the most part, celebrities and famous people get preferential treatment in most public spaces. I made a trip to Accra a few days ago, and from the immigration officers at passport control to the supermarket, checkout cashier, I was given VIP courtesy. However, there have been a few times when I am confronted by a service personnel with a chip on his or her shoulder, who perhaps has been nursing a grudge against me. And finally, I am within reach of for come-upnance. I hope that's how to pronounce that. Most times, I may never have ever set eyes on a person, but he or she, for whatever reason, has it in it for me. Maybe for how I acted in a movie. Or the answer I gave in an interview. Next thing I know, this service personnel from hell decides to give me a tough time, like the lady at the airline check-in counter at the Asaba airport, who bluntly refused to let me carry my hand luggage on board because it weighed half a kilogram over the accepted limits. I tried to jokingly cajole her, and rather than give in, she rudely backed at me to respect myself. I knew she recognized me because a colleague had come to take a selfie with me while I was in the queue. I took her rebuke seriously and comported myself before she escalated the issue and caused a scene. Of course, I knew she was baiting me and open to upset me enough for me to activate the insulted big man mode. Then there would be a shouting match, and I would be in breach of airport protocol, and she would have bragging rights that she humiliated that useless Patrick Doyle. Kwam was baited by the airline staff, and sadly they succeeded in riling him. I can't say I blame him because I have been known to go ballistic during such episodes myself. These days, I just pray that God should keep such irritants far away from me, and whenever I encounter such blessed people, I pray for self-control and grace not to fall into their political traps. Guys, do you think Kwam was baited? Do you think he was baited? Welcome, guys. I see you all. Please like and share. So, obviously, Linda, somebody wrote that there's something about this era that pulls people towards impunity. Wasiu Ayinde stood with Buhari and was law-abiding. Now, see him and Oshomole behaving badly at the airport. Like I said, that was Oshomole there. Nothing was done to Oshomole. So if they are going to investigate and persecute Kwam, they better be persecuting Oshomole as well. That's all I'm going to say in regards to that. So this lady has something to say. So she said Section 4598 of the Criminal Code Act in Nigeria, obstructing aircraft. Any person who by any unlawful act obstructs, causes an alteration to be made in the course of or in any way whatsoever hinders or impedes the movement of any aircraft which is in motion or in flight over any aerodrome is guilty of a misdemeanor and is liable to imprisonment for 2 years. Okay, I will watch you guys in prison for 2 years. Let's move on. So yes, they are looking to obviously, investigate and obviously prosecute him. That's the pilot. That's the captain. That's the captain there. The video again, we've had enough of that video. Anyway, guys, so let's hear your views. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section while I take your calls. And let me drop the link in the comment section. Let's hear your views. While I'm waiting for you guys to phone in, I'm going to be reading your comments, and then hopefully we'll move along really quick from here. I see you all. Welcome everybody. Please, let's be civil in the comment section. Don't disrespect anybody. I will not take any insults. Don't disrespect anybody in the comment section. Please let us learn to respect ourselves. Okay. So I see you guys. I see you, Abby. I see you, Ford. See you, Sunday. Queen Maud. I see you, Zeno. I see you, Vivian. I see you, Joy. I see you, Vivian V. I see you. So Vivian said, I've been asked to drink my water multiple times. Yes. Whenever I come across a air hostess, I just give them arrow and tell them I've got my mess mixed in the water. Hello, Uncle Kinana. Welcome, sir.
Brother Maester.
Happy Saturday, sir.
Yeah, God bless you, Maester. How are the children?
They are all fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
That's good. You see, this topic, what happened there, it might not be only a Nigeria problem alone. It might be internationally.
Okay.
Because the Western people, they're looking at it. Coming close to a plane or obstructing a plane, it can be international offense. It can be international offense. It's almost like terrorism. They're watching Nigeria and they want to see what is going on.
Yeah.
So that I said, even when the minister tried to, but the pilot, even the pilot said might even have a problem of having a job internationally. That says she doesn't have patience. She would have walked off out of that plane, just left.
Exactly. You should have just exactly. You should be a senior citizen. You should have just know if this person said you're not getting on a flight. You should have just move respectfully,
or call the security. You see, the problem. This is not the first time things like this have happened in Nigeria. There's some time during Jonathan time, they'll say the first lady is coming. For the plane to land, the plane will be circling on the sky. Nigerian people don't know that you are not important than the country or the law of the country. That's what the Nigerian people don't understand, and they don't know that. Nigerian people can disobey the law.
Yeah.
Things like this, airplane, airport, these are not things they joke with internationally. You understand? That plane is being owned or being bought from a company, and that company will get that message. That's why I said it might be a Nigeria problem, but it might also be watched internationally. You understand me?
Yeah.
And they start showing the faces of this man and everything. So it will affect that woman to even be rented as a pilot. Okay, let's bring your resume out. She might be saying, yeah, I do the but you were the one who just took off with that plane like that. You see people out there.
Yeah, I mean, just like Abby. Yeah, Abby said Queen Maud said she was given information. She received a signal from the tower that she could move, but Abby saying that she needs two clearances, so tower and the ground staff. So if the ground staff did not give her the go ahead, why did she move? I guess that's the issue we have had with her there.
She have to always bring the proof. She must have to always record that aspect of permission to move.
To move.
That means she have to record the video, the voice, the video, and watch time. Because this is, look, this will make people not to take us very seriously internationally.
No, really? Today.
No, because
they don't take us serious again. No.
This is not your bus. This is not car. This is not even train self will not even behave like this.
True.
This is an airplane. Airplane, obstructing an airplane is an international offense. You know, Sam, it's an international offense. That's just the truth. He might want to board maybe international plane. This thing will come up on him. Especially when you travel to the Western world and you want to take a Western airline. This will pump out on him. This nowadays that things are very digital. You don't play with this kind of things. All because want you, or they know you. Where see, I don't know if you know what he's doing, why he went to block that plane, or if he thought because it's his somebody that he knows airline business. Nobody knows you.
True.
Who's far more popular than Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson can also be put into the jail. You know, it's not just him alone. You know, other Nigerians are like this.
Yeah,
that's just the truth. This is just the problem we face. Just imagine, police are supposed to be guarding citizens.
Yeah,
will be guarding Yahoo boys, and nobody's talking about it. Guarding criminals. No, what this that only that because he's popular. It's sure if we know like he was not like a very prominent man, this kind of thing would not have even happened anyway. They would have bundled you and throw you to the jail. Just because he's a power broker, he could do this. The aviation minister himself, might be also be tied. You see what I mean? There's way that he can. He's very careful. You understand? All of them, they are very careful. That's why I said this one, the foreigners are looking at Nigeria. What is this? They might even ask, is our plane safe to land in that country? So airline is not what they joke with. You know? They don't joke with it. It's a pity. That's where the country just deteriorated and everything. Exactly. Even airline, the moment that engine starts, all ground staff is out of that place.
Exactly.
All ground staff is out. It's now become the plane alone, and whoever is piloting, which is the pilot. You know.
Yeah.
All the ground staff all gone. Because once that engine stopped, you're not
exactly. You're not. Yeah, that's not the
car. There's no car supposed to be there. Even let's say they have to pull the plane out. Once they pull that plane to the tarmac to whoever you want to take off, that car that pull him out is gone before the engine will start. Once that engine starts, it's not time to call takeoff. The moment that engine start and you cause an obstruction, that's what we call international offense. That's just the truth. It's an international offense. That's why I said the case you're looking at now might be Nigeria theater, but it can also be studied because it's an airline incident in short, let's say in Western world, that's called terrorism. Hijack.
Yeah, that's now. Yeah, true.
You know, that's hijack. You know, that's called hijack. You understand? Endangerment of the people in the airline. You know, that's a very serious offense. You understand? Not about the president cannot serve you in this. This is just a serious matter that maybe the president might want to, shift himself out of this kind of problem, because it's just it's a Nigerian theater, but it's being watched internationally. So they'll be looking at it, seeing what is Nigeria respond, seeing a lot of things. You understand me? Seeing a lot of things. So they have to find a way to settle this problem. He apologized.
Yeah, I was just about to play the apology video there. And I think after his apology, there was a post to say that his ban is now indefinite. Voila. So I think it's good that it's gone from 6 months to indefinite.
Because when he apologized, he almost like
so they might overturn.
Now he take the blame. He finds himself guilty himself. For him to, it's a very serious thing. That's why the OT will be studied internationally. Yeah, they're watching what the Aviation Authority will do about this case. That's just the truth. It's an airline problem. It's an airport problem. It's a plane problem. It's in a way, the Western world will be looking at it almost like endangerment of passengers inside the airline, terrorism, and obstruction, and almost like hijack.
Yeah,
it's a serious problem. That's where the Western people will see it too, and that's the way they will also ask Nigeria what is going on. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Uncle Ola. I just want to play this apology video, and then obviously after his apology, I found another post shortly after I saw this post that his ban has now been indefinite or something. So let's listen to what he had to say.
Good afternoon, gentlemen and ladies of the press here present. I am here to make clarification of the incident that happened.
Baba is using teleprompter. He's even doing a greater job than Baba Kurubu. Sister Natu, pay your dues. Late comer. Late comer. How are you? And it's good. It's going good, you know. He's using a teleprompter and he's doing great. Let's listen.
On the 5th of August, 2025, at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport local wing, while about to board the aircraft from Abuja to Lagos. The incident is highly regrettable because I've contributed the better part of my life in the past 50 years to the growth and development of Nigeria, my country, art and culture, both in and out of the country. I've been a good ambassador of this great nation in very many ways. Somebody like me should not be found in such incidents. Exactly. I accept responsibility and appealing to Mr. President, the country, the Honorable Minister for Aviation, the FAAN, the NCAA, and my fans across the globe.
Is that true?
To please pardon my behavior. Number one, I passed through 2 checkposts, and the content of my cup was screened. Need to say I have.
So he said he passed through the checkout, and the content of his bottle was screened. So whoever screened the content of his bottle at the security or whatever needs to, from their investigation, that person needs to let us know what they screened it to be. Because obviously, if they have, according to this apology now, he said the content of his bottle was screened. They must have been happy with whatever was inside of it and allowed him proceed to board the jet, right? Let's keep listening.
Any content in the cup. Until I got to the lounge while awaiting the boarding of the aircraft, I pour water in it because of my health situation. I need to be sipping water because I'm dehydrated, as recommended by doctor to me. Like I said, I take full responsibility of all incidents. Once again, I seek forgiveness from Mr. President, the Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is also my father and father of the nation, the Honorable Minister for Aviation, the pilot, the airline staff, passengers, and above all, my fans across the globe, my family, for the incident. My love for the country is unshakable. I am still the darling ambassador of our nation, and I will continue to carry the banner of this great country everywhere, all my life. Thank you once again. Please accept my apology.
So obviously, from what he said there, he said the content of his bottle was screened. So whoever screened his bottle and was happy with whatever he was carrying, well, I don't see the need for them trying to proceed with this, whatever investigation they are proceeding with. Anyway, that's pretty much that. And like I said, I'm going to take 2 more calls and then we'll round this live stream up, okay? So the links in the comment section and the links in the comment section. I can take 2 more calls. So let me read your comment. So obviously, like I said, he said this health conditions, whatever his health condition is, well, may God heal him. But like I said, if you're going to like one of the videos I saw earlier on, he boarded that flight with that similar bottle in his hands. So if you wanted alcohol, I'm sure if you get onto the flight, you would drink alcohol, right? So why would he want to carry his own alcohol? He's rich. He's a made man, and he'll be able to afford any sort of alcohol he wants to buy when he boards the jet. So I really don't want to believe that he was carrying alcohol in that bottle. And also, and I think this is a lesson for each and every one of us watching. If you're traveling and you're supposed to have some sort of medication with you, please make sure you are carrying that medication in its original packaging that has your name and the prescription on it, so that if you are even stopped because it has a prescription on it,
it might be water as he said. You know, see, when you start,
or maybe I was even thinking maybe it was electrolytes or even protein water or something.
Yeah, because when you start growing for person for his age, he said he have a dehydrated problem, right? He can be yes, he can be saying the truth. He might have some medical issue that he need to be drinking water to be always be, hydrating himself. You understand it? He might be carrying water, you know, but only that his respond. That's just a problem. You understand? So why that's why people like to doctor say always, hydrate yourself so that you not get dehydrated. There's people they have to drink a lot of water. He might be right.
Yeah, obviously, according to him, he also said that he checked when it was checked by two people, and they viewed the content. I mean, they assessed the content of his bottle. Yeah. So if they did not find anything wrong, and for them to have checked the content of his bottle and have allowed him to travel, I mean, to get to
but if you see the way it was holding the bottle, it's something that very dear to him. I don't think it's alcohol.
Possibly.
Yeah. I think
obviously, it will be good for the police to investigate.
Yeah. The police have to investigate what is that content of that bottle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might be water for his age. Actually, he need to always hydrate himself. He might have always, so he might have other things that are very important to his own personal something. They should, look at it. I think you need to, I think it's on the right path now. I think, they have to.
I mean, it's a great thing. Yeah. Like I said, it's a great thing that it's apologized.
I like his music a lot. I was surprised.
I think I don't really listen to Fuji music like that. I think there's one that I would listen to. My dad loves that one. Ade Orioke.
I like it. I like his music. I listen to some of his music. I like his from nothing to be somebody. The way he came up. He struggled to come up, but I think to make himself where he is today, I think he's on the right path. I think he just have to the airline, the aviation authority they have to do work. He and them have to sit down together, do some work, see what they can do. That you saw. But they have to be in the way just for the purpose of Western world people. Because they're watching, They're watching. So this is not what they joke with at all. To them, this is very big offense.
Yeah.
Very, very big offense.
True.
So that just related my star.
Have a beautiful day. Thanks so much, sir. Big Gaffer, you heard him there. You heard him from that interview, that apology video. He said the content of his bottle was checked by two people. So if they had an issue with what was in that bottle, they wouldn't have allowed him proceed with that bottle. So there's something wrong from where he was allowed to carry his bottle, and then he now got to the flight to go board, and he's been told he can't carry the bottle. So what happened from whoever those two people were who checked the content of his bottle? Like I said, if they had an issue with whatever was in that bottle, they wouldn't have cleared it. They wouldn't have allowed him even get to the terminal in the first place. So something must have gone wrong from where he was checked. Either those ones, they did not find anything wrong with whatever he had in the bottle, and they said he should go. Or whatever it is, because they realized that he's a popular person, they just let him go. Something must have happened. Something must have happened there. Sanato said she disagreed. Okay, I can take one more call, guys. I've got another 5 minutes, and then I'll round up this live stream. Sanato said, water care. Okay, Big Gaffer said, there is a clear list that you are not allowed to bring. Obviously, from that interview, it said the content of his bottle was checked and they allowed him go. So, what changed from when they allowed him go to him getting to the terminal? What changed? That's the question there. So they have to say water care. Okay, well, he said it was water. it could. So Big Gaffer said it's still it could be mixed with anything, and also like I said, it could be those protein water. It could be electrolyte, blah 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 blah. But yeah, and yes, it does. It's not necessary you carry a clear bottle as a big man. He could decide to use a sophisticated bottle to carry whatever he was carrying in the bottle. But the thing from the interview, from the apology he made, was that the content of his bottle was checked and they were happy for him to proceed, right? So what happened? Did those ones that checked his bottle, did they collect a gunje? Did ants exchange ants allegedly for them to allow him? And the pilot said, no, you're not taking that bottle. Like, obviously they are going to investigate, and I'm hoping that whatever they found, they will share it to the public. Vivian said, Kwam One's workers have said the man has anger issues. I know me today, and I've heard a lot about him. Apparently, he knocked an elderly man on the head during one of his mood swings. Lobaton. Hello, Clara. Clara said, Kwam One, the plane stopper. Yes, so the person that came up with this image, they need to come and be helping me to design my thumbnail. I want better thumbnail like this for my videos. Thank God no life was lost. Exactly, because we would have been saying something different here. I don't really like this, our legend behavior. And since he has apologized, he should not do it again. And hence why I said, if they are going to prosecute him, they should be prosecuting Oshomole as well. Because even Oshomole did not come out to apologize for anything. Oshomole, what obviously, Kwam One's case is a little bit extreme. But Oshomole also disrupted the airport. He disrupted other people from checking and boarding their own flights. So why was Oshomole not prosecuted? Oshomole is yet to offer an apology. So if they are going to prosecute Kwam One, they should be prosecuting Oshomole as well. Because at the end of the day, Oshomole no get two heads. He was once a governor, ex-governor in Nigeria. He should know better, right? So yeah, if we are going to be serving justice, don't give it to some people, and because some people are influential, you now said no, you now shield them. No. Everybody should meet the hands of law. If you are going to prosecute Kwam One, then they should prosecute Oshomole as well. That's my take. Like I said, there's fault from the beginning. They all at fault. Captain, people on ground, people that checked his bottle, he himself, they are all at fault. They all had one fault or the other in regards to this case. That's my own. Satan says she disagree with me. Okay. Bribery and corruption. Yes, so Sarasa said the two people that checked might let him go because he's Kwam One. And don't forget we are in Nigeria, but since the airline people say you can't come on board with it, you can. Okay, so if that was the case, why do you think that those people thought, because it was Kwam One, they allowed him, knowing that before he board, others might check his bottle and they might say, no, he can't carry it. And like I said, there was another video that I played. He was boarding, he was about to board. He had same bottle in his armpit like that, and he boarded that flight. So what happened this time around that he was not able to board with that particular bottle again? And I would have imagined that he would have carried that bottle from when he checked in, passed through security. So we just have to wait for the investigation. Apparently, it was alleged that whatever was in that bottle, that he poured it on one person or whatever, and that the person said it smelled of alcohol. We don't know. But let them carry out their investigation. And if they are going to prosecute him, they better be prosecuting Oshomole as well. Esther said, what if he got alcohol at the boarding gate? It's just like here in the UK. If you are traveling, if you buy anything, either at the lounge or either at where is this place where you buy something duty free, it will be sealed. You will not be able to open it until you get to your destination. So if you bought alcohol at the boarding gate, it will have been put in a package that it would not be able to. I don't know, maybe it's the same in Nigeria, but I remember when I was going to Germany and I bought 2 bottles of perfume. I was asked, have I got another flight, or so they asked, have I got another connecting flight when I get to where I'm going? I said yes. They were like, okay, they are going to seal it, which means that I will not be able to open it until I get to my final destination. And in the packing, because if I open it, when I get to where I'm going, if I'm about to board, they will either ask me to check it in or I lose it. So when I said to the lady that, oh no, when I get to Germany, when I get to Amsterdam, I'm still going to take another flight from Amsterdam to Germany. So the lady packaged it, which means that I cannot open it until I get to my final destination. If I were to get to Amsterdam and I open it, I will have to find a way of checking it in, or I chuck it in the bin because it's above the size that's supposed to have in my hand luggage. Normally, stuff like that, it should be in your checked-in luggage. So I would have imagined that if you bought alcohol at either duty-free or at the lounge or at the boarding gate, it would have been sealed. It would not be able to open it until it gets to its destination. That's another angle. NASA said if you wanted to check again, it should have allowed them for compliance purpose. Yeah, exactly, just to claim so that they know. Vivian is replying to Clara, apologies is not good enough. Actions have consequences in the West. Nigerians behave badly because an apology should let bygones be. Hence why things aren't getting better in Nigeria. Exactly. I mean, you are the second person or the third person that said that Kwam is a scapegoat. Yes. Kwam is a scapegoat, yeah. Like as I said, Oshomole did something similar, disrupted the airport. If anybody did the same thing as Oshomole, they would have arrested him for a terrorism act. They would have arrested him. This same thing, yes, I know Kwam's own is extreme. It was already at the terminal. So both of them will have been arrested. So if they are going to prosecute him, they are going to investigate and prosecute him, they should do the same to Oshomole as well. Like, don't leave somebody and, when their offense is similar. Esther said logical. Yeah, Big Gaffer said you are right, man. Thank you. Esther said, Vivian said, Esther, you can buy alcohol on board. Exactly. You can buy, but you can't bring it on board. And even if, in fact, you wouldn't have even be able to bring it on board. You wouldn't have been able to bring it on board. Like I said, I shared my experience of when I was traveling from Gazo to Germany here, when I didn't realize I had a bottle of water in my backpack. And when security was checking, they took it out. And obviously because they realized that the seal is not broken yet. So the lady asked me that, okay, you could either drink it now or empty it and you can keep the bottle so you can fill it up once you get to the fountain. And I opened it, drank half of it because it was sparkling water. I mean, I only drink sparkling water. I don't drink still water. Even by the time I took the bottle safe, because I don't drink still water. So I ended up ditching, dumping the bottle halfway and then bought myself another bottle of, sparkling water. So yeah. You are allowed on board, but you are not allowed to bring your alcohol on board. Yes, you can only buy it. Yes. And Sonny said, I believe Kwam has likely taken the time to reflect on his action. I'm sure he has. And yes, like I said, he's already apologized, but still, they said they are going to investigate. So whoever it is that said it was fine for him to go, what did that person found in his bottle? That they said, okay, you could fly. And like I said from the beginning, the captain had no business whatsoever with him. She had no business whatsoever. She should have allowed the ground staffs deal with the situation. And obviously, I'm sure they'll be communicating with her while she's in the flight. So, yeah, she had no business with him at all. How did he exactly? You shouldn't have even got there in the first place. You shouldn't have even got there in the first place at all. Like I said, if they had issues with whatever it was you had in the bottle, they would have either told him, sir, lose this bottle or empty the contents. That's the option they will have given him. Empty the content and keep your bottle. Or if you don't want to empty the content, you won't get on this flight. If they've maintained that from the beginning, he wouldn't have got to the terminal where he was making that nonsense. He was performing. Yeah. So whoever checked the content that was in the bottle, I was happy for him to proceed. All of that needs to be put into consideration when they are carrying out their investigation. That's just my own thought. Like I said, I do not condone. I am not letting him up for what he did. What he did was absolutely wrong. As an elderly person, as a veteran in Nigeria, as a public, as a well-known person, with his fame and name, he could have just stepped aside for the fact that it was denied entry. And if truly whatever he had in his bottle was water and it was denied entry, he should have just stepped aside. Either call to speak to whoever is in charge of that flight for that day, so you could be rescheduled onto another one straight away, and then come back and deal with the case. But trying to stop a plane, like Kwam trying to stop the plane, the captain almost took off his head. No. And Vivian said, "Well, in fact, we have that in common. I only drink sparkling water with a slice of lemon. Most time when I buy lemon, the thing just dry in my fridge. So give me sparkling water." And we'll be the best of friends. Yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for today. I really don't want to drag this story for too long. Yes, the main cocoa of the fact that he has apologized and they said they're going to investigate and his ban is now indefinite. So I'm hoping that the investigation won't be long and then they will allow him back. But Uncle has learned. And just like Sanatu said that she thinks he has a show in Canada next month or something. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna go. let us behave ourselves. Okay, if you're traveling abroad, you cannot do nonsense. So maintain same energy when you are traveling local within the country. Like I said, last time I went to when I went to London, when I went to Abbey, I knew what I wanted to pack. This time around, I was discreet with my packing. I only went with a small hand luggage because it was a cheap flight. I just want to go from Glasgow to London, 45 minutes flight. I packed what I needed and a handbag, and all of my stuff were all packed. In fact, suya, the part of the food that that Abbey gave me at midnight, I packed suya. And because coming back from London, the flight was packed. I was offered if I want to check in my hand luggage. I was like, really? I was happy because my suya day inside the hand luggage, and I was thinking that, hey, by the time I go through security, they might ask me to remove my suya. Immediately, the lady offered to check in my hand luggage. I said, yes, check it in, because I know my suya will be safe. I know my suya will be safe to the check-in, So yeah, like let's continue to maintain our integrity. If you're traveling abroad, what you will not do, try and maintain that decorum as well, and not do it when you are traveling intercity as well. I hope Baba has learned his mistakes now. He's learned, and to me, his apology is accepted. But if he's going to be persecuted, Oshomole they need to drag Oshomole back and persecute Oshomole as well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. And this is where I'm going to draw the curtain. I hope we have learned one or two things here. And let us just, let us maintain law and order. Clara gave me the word there. Maintain law and order. You know what? Because like I said, I think somebody dropped a comment that international people are actually looking at this case. You see, that's not the kind of highs we want to be putting on ourselves as Nigerians, And for me, even there was a time I was vlogging, I realized that even some of the air hostesses, they don't like. I remember when I was going to Germany, I flew with KLM. They announced there that you are not allowed to film, and if you're going to film, you need to ask. So for the fact that they announced, I did not even bother. I did not even bother to film to know, and I just respected myself. So if they say don't film, why try to sneak and do it? Even though here I even have, because I'm planning another travel soon. So I bought myself like a mini sports camera, the one that you can just attach to your, to your shoulder, to your jumper, and it will record. But yeah, I've got Richie mini handed. So this is the smallest camera I've ever got, and I'm still trying to connect it to Wi-Fi, but the thing is not connected to Wi-Fi for me. So yeah, like I said, let us respect ourselves. If we're being warned not to do something, let's just it's briefly, don't do it, so that you can have a smooth journey. For me, when I'm traveling, I don't want anything to to bother me. So I don't want anything to bother me. Anyway, with that being said, thank you so much, guys. And I think I'm going to do a show tomorrow. Cubana chief priest, his baby mama asked, she's dragging him again. Cubana chief priest baby mama, she has changed her name to Ellen Pascal something Ikechukwu. And as you all know, Cubana chief priest is not in Miami. We don't know why he's not in Miami. I was surprised that I didn't see him at the mini party. Well, pre-wedding party of Davido yesterday. I was surprised that I didn't see him, though Cubana chief priest posted a video of him traveling with his family, from Paris to UK to blah, 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 blah. And I think he said they were traveling to the US. So I was hoping that I would see him last night at the pre-wedding. I was running Waka Kulukere on Tunde Edno's page. I didn't see him. But this guy told us that he was on a flight to Miami. Now, where is he? So yeah, his baby mama has been dragging him. I don't know if it's going to be a live stream. Maybe it's just going to be me, posting his video just like I did with VDM's video. I might download our videos of her and I'll just play it as a live stream so that you guys can watch and then drop your comment. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've got a lot of videos I actually want to film. So, I need to use my day off to do all of that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Vivian says, see why I'm dreading renewing my Nigerian passport. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. For me, obviously, like I said, I've left. The first time I traveled home to Nigeria was in 2021, and that was my first time traveling back in 16 years. And you can imagine being in the UK 16 years. I don't even know where my passport is. So I've moved out that much time that I don't realize. And if I were to go to Nigeria embassy in London to go and apply for Nigerian passport, I swear to God, I will cause wahala there, because I will not like the way I'm being treated. I will not like the way I'm being spoken to, and I will cause violence for them. Live without search, it was a night. Okay, I think we will do a live show. I think we'll do it as a live show tomorrow. I will set it up tonight. We'll do it as a live show tomorrow. So I knew the experience. I knew what my husband went through trying to get his passport renewed in London. We live in Scotland. So if you're going to travel from Scotland to London, it's like Lagos to Abuja on road, via road. If you want to book a flight, you book a flight for the 5 minutes, it could cost you about maybe £150. And yes, you had friends, but then you don't want to go and meet your friends. You don't want to go to your friends because you are you might need to check into an hotel. Let me quickly share that experience of my husband with you. So he was due to go to Nigeria. He applied online, and public holidays in Scotland is not always the same with public holidays in London. Most times in Scotland, we have our own public holidays ahead before England. So he applied for his Nigerian passport online. They gave him a date for him to come and do capturing. Uncle traveled to London. I don't even know. Maybe it was by train or flight. I don't even know how he traveled that time. He arrived there, and then the day he went to his, so I don't know, maybe it was a Monday or a Tuesday. He must have traveled over the weekend. So he arrived at Nigerian embassy to apply for the passport for his capturing. When he got there, at the time he was given, everywhere was locked, and he was wondering like. Meanwhile, there's no public holiday in Scotland. So apparently he assumed that because that was the date he was given online, he was already in London on the date and time. He got to the venue and he was like, why is everywhere quiet? So as he was waiting, pressing buzzer, security guard came out and said, Oga, what are you doing here? And my husband showed him the letter that, come, I have an appointment for capturing today, blah, 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 blah. And obviously it was a Nigerian. The man said, don't you watch Nigerian channel? The man started with insult. You, these Nigerians in this London, don't you watch Nigerian channels? Did you not see the news that there's public holiday? If that was me that he spoke to, Omo, I would give him woto. Why should I watch Nigerian channel? Because I'm in the UK. And why do I think that I should watch Nigerian channel for me to be notified that the office that was coming had some sort of public holiday? If that was the case, they could have sent an email to say, oh, your appointment has been rescheduled because there's a so public, right? Mind you, their appointment was given to him online when he was booking. The man told him that, don't you watch Nigerian channel? Don't you watch NCAA? Don't you watch Nigerian channel? They announced that there's a public holiday. The man was like, come, I came from Scotland. And if that was the case, they could have sent him an email. They could have sent him a letter or something. You can imagine the cost of flying from Scotland to London. He paid for airport, he paid for hotel, only for him to go for that appointment. They told him that there's public holiday. He has to come back. Oh, if that was me, I'm not going to leave. I will not leave. I will cost water. I will cost woolens there. So you can imagine all of that wasted effort and time. So he has to come back and rebook again. And he has to double check the day before he traveled to be sure that there's no public holiday. So you can imagine stuff like that. And I've heard people say that Nigerian embassy in London is just like the way they treat you in Nigeria. So there was even when I was going back to Nigeria, there was no way I was going to London to go and apply for Nigerian passport because I would have cost them, I would have given them water, I would have given them a hard time. If they were rude to me, I would give them back. I generally just went to apply for visa on arrival. I think I paid $250. I applied because I knew somebody in Abuja who was, I had connections to be able to apply for it through the help of my husband. So I was able, I paid $250. I was able to apply for it. They sent it via email. I printed it out. I flew to Nigeria with my British passport. Immediately I arrived there, I asked them, can somebody point me to the visa on arrival lounge? And the guy pointed it to the place to me, and there was a soldier sitting there, and he was looking at me. He was like, what do you need? I said, I just want to get to the visa on arrival lounge. And he looked at me. Are you not Nigerian? I said, yes, I am Nigerian. Why don't you have Nigerian passport? And I was just looking at him like, who the hell are you? I didn't reply him. I just stood down there out of the way. I just need to get by. Yeah, are you not Nigerian? I replied, yes, I am Nigerian. Why don't you have Nigerian passport? And I just stood down there. I stood there looking at him like, excuse me? When he realized I was not going to reply him, he moved out of the way, and I went to, and the service was really, really quick. In fact, one guy thought that he found a wife. Because the guy was super helpful. He was one who helped me to go and get my bags, put them on it. I met a lady on the flight who was able to get me a trolley because I didn't have any cash, any naira. I didn't have any naira. So she was like, oh, sister, don't worry, I will get you a trolley. She got me the trolley. It was this guy that I met at the visa. Maybe it was one of their staff. Maybe it was one of their boss. I don't know. But the guy was trying to, I'm like, come, you never see wife. Now, person wife, you won't follow. You never see wife, but it was helpful, He helped me to go pick my bag from the, from their thinking. He brought it over. He got me really quick via immigration, custom. They didn't even check or open my bag. It got me away really quick. And my sisters were already waiting for me outside. So, yeah, that's that. So, no, I don't have time for Nigerian embassy in London. I don't. It's best for you to come to Nigeria. And when I came to Nigeria, I applied. Within 2 days, I applied, but I didn't get it before I left Nigeria. So I gave them an address. His brother is in Miami, Abby, yes, because I saw him with Dr. Who was his doctor? That doctor with gap tooth, Dr. Ozu or Dr. Uzu or something. Yeah, they're both in Miami as well. So yeah. Anyway, guys, let me read your comments and let's end this live stream. So I think we will talk about Pascal tomorrow. Now we are not seeing a lot of the video stuff because Very Dark Man is not letting us see. And I don't think they are posting a lot. I think the wedding itself is on Sunday, right? They had a pre-wedding yesterday, which was Friday. So I think their wedding is actually on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. I saw the invite. The invite says Sunday or something. So maybe that's why we've not been seeing lots of posts. Yeah. But yeah, I've been refreshing Tunde Edna's page to see if I'm going to be seeing. But I've seen some pictures from. I've seen Chima's where. See their the pre-wedding pictures they've uploaded today. The one where Chima was wearing white, where they were both wearing white in a bedroom or something. I was not feeling those images. I was not feeling those images were not natural, like their connection. And also, Abby, I was sent to the video. The videos of obviously the video seems to like PDA. I don't think Chioma likes PDA. And each time he's trying to be, each time he's doing this PDA thing, it's quite rough. In my opinion, it's quite rough with his PDA thingy. But we'll discuss that tomorrow. Or maybe we'll discuss it behind camera in the group chat. In the back office here, we'll discuss that. Because I was watching those pre-wedding videos of them when he was holding her, when he was drawing her closer. It feels like it's quite like, maybe China is not wanting to do, and it's like, that's the vibe I'm saying. But what do I know? Before the people will now come and say, "Oh, what do you know?" I don't know anything. I'm just saying. Let me read your comment, guys, and I will go. Vivian said another bad publicity putting Nigerians on the spot like yes, so yeah. Vivian says, see why I'm dreading renewal. You'll be fine, sis. Don't worry. Pascali was denied visa. Okay. God of Ellen don't catch him. We went to leg, though they stay one place. That girl she's now calling out Pascal's sister now. Vivian said, thanks for spending the extra minute sharing this D5's passport experience. Not only myself, but others who can pick a thing or two. Exactly why I dread renew mine. Glad said they behave same every Lobaton. So they said TMO5, if you really want to deal with the Nigerian embassy in London, you need that is it. I don't have patience. Or more, if they speak to me anyhow, I will give it back to them because they are Nigerians and they cannot speak to me anyhow. Because if that I don't know why there are Nigerians in the Nigerian embassy. They should have employed Oyibo people to work in there. Yes, they should have Oyibo people that are working there. So because they are Nigerians and they have to employ Nigerians. Because if I go there, now Olapa will come and settle fight. I will cause water for them and I will call police. Yes. I will cause water and I will call police to come and solve the matter. But I wouldn't have the patience because it's the way they speak to you, the way they talk to you. It's as if they are dealing with you in a Nigerian office. And I'm not in Nigeria. We are in an advanced world, in a Western world. If you can't treat me well and you're treating me like as if I'm in Nigeria, I will give them water. And I know myself, I will not take it easy with them. But I won't renew the passport at the end of the day, right? But I will show them. Vivian said British passport queue is quack. Yes, even when I was going back and forth, it was really quick, like sharp. Even when we went to Turkey, it was really quick for us. The Nigerian passport is something else. Abby, I think the wedding is tomorrow because I saw Sunday. I'll go and check where I saw it again. I will screenshot. I think the wedding is tomorrow, the 10th. I could be wrong. Oh. Yeah. Pascali, we will discuss Pascali tomorrow. Anyway, guys, let's go. Thanks so much, guys. I shall see you again tomorrow. I think I might upload a video in the afternoon tomorrow. I'm not sure. If not, we're going to do a live stream tomorrow by 7 o'clock. And yes, we'll do Pascali tomorrow, and we'll do Pascali stroke Davido's wedding. And like I said, maybe Abby will be the one to undo the fashion police to talk about all the clothes when we come talking about them. So we'll do Pascali tomorrow, and also we'll do Davido's wedding and maybe the outfit and stuff. And yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend. Vian said, well, M5 no go fight those unruly ambassadors, just no renew jejely. That's why I respect myself. I did not go. When I went to Nigeria, I applied for the passport. I spent 2 weeks in Nigeria. It was not out by then. Obviously, I had a contact in the Nigerian in the passport office in Ikeja. So I gave him my contact number and address that I want him to post it to. In fact, and I gave my sister his contact number to keep checking so that once the passport is ready, he could easily contact my sister. So when the passport was ready, he contacted my sister. My sister collected it and it was DHL to me. 3 months after I arrived, 3 months after I came back to UK, that was when I received the passport. So if it were to expire now, I think I should be able to renew online. I'll just do maybe the 10 years, or I don't know how many years I did. I think it was the 10 years one I did. I'm not even sure. Hey, with that being said, because I'm traveling soon. Let me check that my passport is still in date. If it's still not in date, I can still go to Nigeria with the expired one and renew. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Have an amazing Saturday night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye. Stay out of trouble.